Hi there, Zam here for NerdTube. These are my thoughts and spoilers of Ted Lasso Season 3, Episodes 3, 4, 5, 1. I've just caught up with the Ted Lasso bandwagon, watched the first two seasons last week even. This week I watched episodes 1 and 2 of Season 3, just finished watching Episode 3 of Season 3, and I have to say, without doubt, when it comes to streaming services, this is the best comedy show about at this moment in time. Nothing beats this. This is absolutely hilarious. And on top of that, this is without doubt Apple's crown jewel. On to the episode. So at the beginning of this episode, we get to see Colin, funnily enough. Now, Colin is one of these background football players who we hear now and again. He's more renowned for having a Lamborghini and being Welsh. But he's also gay, yes. He is a gay footballer who has a partner, and he's obviously keeping this hidden from the rest of the world because unfortunately football is a very homophobic sport when it comes to how a lot of the fans who watch it, a lot of them despise gay people, which is a shame really, because we would thought we'd move on from that, but it's their stupid religious beliefs and shit like that which makes them do so. And football unfortunately has still yet to come out of the dark ages when it comes to that sort of shit. I'm going to get to Colin a little bit later, but the main focus of this episode was on Zava, who without doubt is Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I mean, he's definitely been the actor who plays him is definitely portraying that, giving that energy, and it's with the bun in his hair bun and his physique, his look, his beard, his mannerisms, calling himself in the third person, all of this, yeah, Zlatan without a doubt, and it's absolutely hilarious how he interacts with his players and teammates. And the funny thing is that he knows he's great, but he's not necessarily being an arsehole around people, which is a really fantastic way of portraying his character. Some people can very much think that they can smell their own farts, and Zava is no different in that sense. But he's cool with people. Like, he's happy to shake hands and talk to people and all of that. He's not an arsehole to the people around him. He just knows he's good. And the fact that he knows he's good and he oozes confidence, everyone else around him just happens to be in awe of him. So this is the sort of like dynamic we're getting with Zava, and it's really funny to see. He's supposed to have this sort of unveiling at AFC Richmond, but he doesn't turn up to that. He's 2 hours late, but where he's actually at is in Rebecca's office. Rebecca being the chair lady, and he does meet the players afterwards, but we never see him getting unveiled to the fans. So if that happened or not, who knows? But the moment he starts actually playing football, he's scoring from the get go. Scoring from the center spot, doing scorpion kicks, bicycle kicks, beating big teams. There's one moment where Jamie Tart thinks he's about to score his first goal of the season, and Zava even gets a tap in from Jamie Tart's shot on goal, so he takes away Jamie Tart's goal. So Jamie Tart's shot ends up being an assist, but nevertheless, it's just fascinating and fantastic to see. AOC Richmond, the team which was in the championship the previous season, now shooting up the league, getting win after win. Everything's hunky dory. Everyone's really happy, except for Jamie Tart. Jamie Tart was the man, and now he's no longer the man. Zava is the man, and he's not liking it, and he's a bit miserable about it. He knows he was once the best player, but he can't say shit or can't do shit, can't stand up to shit as long as Zava's there, and he's feeling a little bit intimidated about it. On to Sam. He actually celebrates the winning streak by inviting everyone to his restaurant, and we get some nice moments in that restaurant as well with the certain players and some of the board staff as well. One of them being Rebecca. Now she earlier on in this episode met a psychic, and the psychic mentioned certain things to her, including that she'll have a family. Rebecca doesn't believe in that bullshit, and I recommend anyone in the real world, not the fictional world, should believe in that fucking bullshit, because it's all fucking bollocks. But nevertheless, Rebecca starts to become a bit of a believer when some of the things predicted to her by the psychic happens to her. in real life, like seeing a green matchbook, which was mentioned to her earlier by the psychic, and her seeing that same green matchbook at Sam's restaurant. Also, Ted Lasso himself, he's just coming to terms now that his wife has not only divorced him but moved on from him, and the person she's now seeing is the fucking marriage counselor, which was counseling their marriage when he was still in America. So he's like really wondering what the fuck's going on, but he still does have somebody who is interested in him. I just got to remind myself of her name. This is Rebecca's friend, who plays Flo. And Flo seems like a nice lady. She's a child counselor herself, so she's similar to the person. She's like, she's in a similar profession to the person Ted's ex-wife is now dating. So she kind of understands Ted's pain a little bit when Ted was explaining certain things to her, because they did meet in Sam's restaurant where everyone's celebrating and so on. But Ted's got something good there with Flo if they can make it happen. But at the moment, they're just fuck buddies. But we'll see how that pans out. And going back to Colin, he has his partner pay him a visit at the restaurant as well, where all the footballers are at. But he's just introducing his partner as his friend, as like his best mate, outside the football. But then when Trent Krim, who is now writing a book about AFC, leaves the restaurant, he sees Colin and his mate or his boyfriend making out on the street, and you can see in Trent's face like, wow, this is an actual story here. I could release this to the world and maybe I can become a journalist again. And that's where the episode ends. Is he going to do the right thing or the wrong thing? And the funny thing is that being a gay footballer is not a right or a wrong thing. It's just how it should be. But in this day and age, as I said earlier, the homophobia in football is still so bad that you can imagine if a footballer who was playing in the Premier League came out as gay, the amount of abuse he would get, from the terraces. Now, racism is frowned upon, and homophobia should be frowned upon. But we'll see if that ever happens, because only one footballer has come out as gay whilst playing the game, and that guy plays in the Australian Football League. But most footballers only feel comfortable coming out once they retire, but then they don't have to deal with any of that bullshit. So we'll see what happens with Colin. I mean, it's good to see him get the spotlight a little bit, because all he's known for being is Welsh and driving fucking Lamborghinis. So I'm very happy to see some of these other players within the team getting more of the spotlight as well. So so Jamie Tart, he's not too happy with life, even because he's playing second fiddle. Roy Kent, in a way, he's kind of maybe regretting splitting up with Keely. Keely herself is obviously very busy, and she's just happy just doing what she's doing. Rebecca, maybe thinking a little bit about Sam to a degree. You can see a moment of jealousy on her face when Sam was having a nice conversation with his chef, who's a lady. So Rebecca was a little bit jealous about that. There's so many things going on. Coach Beard, his fucking girlfriend is nuts. She's fucking nuts. And I know what it's like to go out with somebody like that. Like, they're attractive. I mean, they probably really, it's really cool to shag them and all of that sort of stuff. But nevertheless, they have a lot of baggage and they're fucking nuts. And I don't know how long Coach Beard can maintain someone that fucking crazy. But it's being played for laughs at this particular moment in time. But we'll see how that goes. Is it Danny Rojas? Yeah, he's like in awe of Zava. He's copying his every moves. Oh my god, there's just so much in this episode. It's brilliant. A brilliant episode, brilliant show. Ted Lasso, without doubt, is the best thing happening on Apple TV, and it's the best comedy on all streaming services right now. I give this episode a 9 out of 10. I just had so much fun with it. And whether AFC Richmond win the league or not, I hope, first of all, they don't get relegated. If Zava is going to play true to form, he might just be a one-season wonder, even though there are rumours that this might be the final season of Ted Lasso. And it would be nice for AFC to win something, because apparently their history is them being a trophyless club. So if they don't win the league, if they win the League Cup or the FA Cup, that'll be fantastic, and that'll be a great way to end the fairy tale of this season. If they do that, if they do decide to make this the final season, I hope not. I think this I think this show is just too good to end now, and it's not all about Ted Lasso either. It's now beyond that. Now we've got established characters that we like to follow, and it's bigger than Ted Lasso now. And I want the show to continue because I want to follow all these characters that I very much find very endearing personally. Let me know what you think of this episode. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest YouTube channel you never heard of. Take care. Bye bye.